Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look over assignment 9 for the Swift and iOS development. Basically there is a login screen, Firebase login screen, authentication, which is stuff we already did in previous videos. And then there are a listing of posts and you're just going to create a post. Okay, so now let's just set up and see where we can go from there. So I need to add the project to my, I think I did already. So let's see, project overview, add app and iOS, and basically I just need to, let's see, so I opened the starter file. It has assignment 9, Control C, Control V, register. So let's register the app and then I'll download the configuration file, add it to my project. Let's go in, show in Finder, here it is, and let's go back, download the file. Okay, so I open the file. I'm just gonna move it into here and replace it, so we're good. Click on next and let's copy this because I wanna see if the library is added. The dependency is already added, but because of the differences in versions, it's not letting me. So what I'm going to do is, let's do, okay, file, let's see if it is able to resolve it. Add package dependencies, go here and Control V, add the package. Here it is. The package is malformed, blah blah blah. Okay, so basically we need to go to the terminal and delete the package resolution from here. Alright, so let's close this, cancel that, and go CD to here, and we're gonna close this. Alright, so I did CD to the project, right? We are here, XC user data, okay, and then no, not here, CD project X, okay, here that, and then the shared data, which is this one, and then under it there is Swift PM, CD Swift PM, and then you just delete the package.resolved, remove -rf package.resolved, and then basically we just go in and open the project again and things are gonna work. Alright, so here we are, okay, and now it's trying to resolve it. You see here it's trying to resolve the package, so let's go back to Firebase, go next, and we're building it using Swift. We need to do the configure part, so we go here into where it says into the app delegate. Okay, good. So into the app delegate I need to add the configure part. Oh, sorry, Control Z, add the configure part, and make sure to import fire. Okay, let's see here, it's still loading, so we need Firebase core. All right, is that it's still fetching? Okay, perfect. So it did fetch it, perfect, and it's adding the libraries. If we go back to the app, I did add the auth and the Firestore, which I need for this assignment. I also migrated the login code from our previous videos in here, so basically, and I also went in the scene delegate and checked to see if the current user is equal to nil, then show login, otherwise show posts, and these are the methods that are provided here. Okay, so I think we are good. We have the login screen also. I did build the login screen and the posts already. See, a lot of things are already built for you here. So let's run this and see what do we have. Close this. I don't need this anymore. Alright, so once this runs, we will be able to see. Let me just make sure that I go next, continue to console, and the app is added. You see here it's for assignment 9. It's not happy for some reason, so show alert with okay. Alright, okay, action, okay, action, okay, with, and it has an okay action. Okay, so that's this one. Alright, and this one, here we are. Okay, let's run this again, and okay, I just fixed things a little bit. I copied code from my previous video. Now in the registration it's not happy also, same thing. with okay. Similarly, the action name was different. Okay, good. So we're good here. And here's the action. Alright, good. So I think we're good. Cannot find auth in scope. We just need to import Firebase. Import Firebase auth. Here it is. Now we run this. Has no controller with okay. Let's see with this one. That's what we're doing here. And alerts. Here it is. Run this again. And we're good to go. So I have it's running. The app is running. We are here. And let me reorganize things a little bit. I'll move this to this side. And I'll move this one here. Okay. Alright, so we have a user already. Let's say A. The user is a@a.com. Why is my caps lock on? a@a.com. TEST123. And I log in. And here is my user. Okay, good. So now the first part of the app, you need to display welcome Bob Smith or whatever the name of the person is. That's also very easy. So we are here. We go back to the home or the posts view controller. And let's get, so what we need is Firebase auth, import Firebase auth, and also Firestore. So import Firestore. Okay, good. So now we can go here and get var the current user. So basically here we have to display the welcome. Okay, good. So we were going to say self.welcomeLabel.text equals welcome, and then we want to add to it the user. So basically the user is auth.current user dot display name. That's the display name of the current user. Alright, so now it will display the name of the user. The display name we are adding during the registration. You see here in the registration process, after the creation of the user, we go ahead and create a change request, and that change request we store the display name based on whatever the user has entered their name is. So we are here, we're displaying the name, and we're good to go. Okay, good. So now log out. We just log out. So basically, if you want to log out, let's go to the documentation. Here is the documentation, authentication, and we're using iOS, and we're going to do manage users, and there is a sign out at the bottom of the screen, as I remember. Sign out is somewhere here, and you can find it. It's very easy. So password authentication. Scroll down. There is a sign out. Here is a sign out. Here it is. Okay, we can copy that from here, and this is your sign out screen. There it is. Firebase auth. So I don't need this variable. There's that. Here it is. So you can do something like that. Now if everything goes well, we just do scene delegate dot show login, right? So you just show the login screen to replace whatever we have here with the login screen. Alright, so we can try that. So we have the login, we have the sign out done, we have the here is the logout. We're good. Go in as a.com. Let's create a new user. Let's say Bob Smith. Bob Smith b@b.com. est123. Click on submit, and welcome Bob Smith. Okay, good. So now what I would like to do is create a post. So click on the plus sign, I create a post. So let's go back to that screen. So there is posts, there is create a post, here it is, and basically here is where you create a post. Now what I'm going to do is, if you look at the app again, I need to store the name of the whatever the user typed as the post, the name of whoever created the post, and the date and time on when it was created. In addition, I would like also to show this trash can, and the trash can is only visible for users who actually created the post. So that whoever created the post can delete the post. So then I will also need to store the user ID. So now if I look at they gave us a model already, which is a post model. Here it is. So it post text created by name, created by user ID, created at. Okay, perfect. Okay, that is interesting. So here are the variables. So copy that. And now when you create post, here we are. what we're going to do is we have the post text already. We need to store stuff like this. Okay, we have the post text already, so we can do that in several ways. One option is to create an object, a post object, and do the codable protocol. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something much simpler. I'll just use a dictionary. And so basically I'll create a variable. I'll call it data equals to here we are, and basically it has a key value pairs. Alright, so here is the post text. There's that, and we can do it a let because we're not going to manipulate it. Let, right, there it is. Post text is this and the post text is the post text, whatever the user typed, post text. Then comma, and another one, and so on. So I'll add all the fields I need. Alright, created by name, there is that. Created by user ID, here is that. Created at, and here is that. And I always like to store the document ID, doc ID in the document. Now we can get access to the reference. How I'm going to store them? So we need access to Firestore and Firebase. So let's do import Firestore, import Firebase auth. Right, here it is. So with the Firebase auth, we are going to do auth.current user dot display name. That's their name, right? So here it is. And similarly, the user ID, I'm gonna do the same thing. Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna do UID, which is the user ID. Perfect. Now created at, I'm gonna use the field value dot server timestamp, because I want to store it, to use the server timestamp, because if I rely on the local time that the user provides, it's an issue. Right? So because if you have a user in the US, string any, right? So I'll do that. Okay, so it's type string any because of the server timestamp. Good. Now the server timestamp, you are telling Firestore, don't use my current time, but use the server time. So then if you have somebody on the East Coast and somebody on the West Coast posting at the same time, there is a unified or a joint time between them, which is the server time. But if you rely on the client time, it's an issue, because now there is a 3-hour difference or whatever, and it's going to cause a problem, right? Okay, so now let's create the reference. So let's say let docref equals to, now we need to get a db, let db equal Firebase Firestore dot get instance, or Firebase Firestore. Okay. Firebase Firestore. So if you go back to the documentation, okay, so let's go back here, and let's go back here to the documentation, manage databases, okay, and add, structure your data, add data, and I'm using it's called Firestore. Okay, good, we'll do that. It's called Firestore. Okay, good. So here it is, Firestore and Firestore. All right, here we are. And then the document reference is like this, db.collection, and the collection we'll call it, let's say posts. All right, and document, this gives you a reference, right? And then from the reference you can get the value here by doing this dot id, document ID, and that gives you the document ID. Okay, good. Now I want to store this data, so I'll do doc reference dot set data to data. All right, and then we can go in and say set data, and I want a completion listener. So here it is, data, use data, and then we'll do this error. You could say if error, if let error equal error, let error equal to error, then there is an error that happened, else there is no error, and we just say self.dismiss. So just close the screen. Otherwise we can display the error by doing show alert with, and there it is, something like that, post error, and what I could do is do error dot localized description, and so on. All right, so we're good here. We're able to post the data. Now let's have a look at what happens when we click on the submit button. Localized description. All right, so let's go here and open up the Firebase database, and I'll delete this one. I don't need it. Let's go here, delete the collection. All right, and we go back here. All right, this needs self. All right, here it is. Let's run this again. Go back. We are here. Here's the app. Click on the plus sign. Do here test. Submit. All right, so now refresh the screen. And here we are, posts. Here's a post. This is the document ID. You see here it matches document ID here. I stored who created the post, what's the post text, and the date and time when the post was created. Perfect. So we have most of what we need. Now I'm done with creating the post. Now let's go and display the post. So if we go back here, let's get these posts. So basically what I'm going to do is in this screen, when the view loads, I'm going to use basically I am going to use a snapshot listener, right? So basically I'll set up a snapshot listener. So I'll do let db equal firestore, and then db dot, here it is, db dot collection posts dot snapshot listener. Here it is, snapshot listener. Here it is, add snapshot listener. Here it is, snapshot, and here we are, error. All right, so we can do if let error equal error, else something else. So basically else meaning there is no problem. Now here we check to see if snapshot is not equal to nil and snapshot is not empty. So basically that's what we're looking for. So basically here we can do something like this. For each document in snapshot dot get documents. So basically if you don't remember what to do, you can go here and there is reading data. So basically add data. I'm not interested in adding data. Reading data, get data. Here it is, and then it shows you what to do. So basically if you scroll down, you want lists of data. So if you scroll down a little bit, we're doing Swift and multiple documents from collection. Here it is, where blah 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 get documents for each document in query snapshot dot documents. So that's what we're going to do, right? So basically I'm going to come here, documents. Here it is, snapshot. See here, dot documents. Okay, something like that. So now we have must be wrapped under. Okay, so this guy needs to be unwrapped. Okay, so we're good. So here it is, and then the optional type of snapshot listener. Is that okay? So we have the document, and now what I usually do is in the posts class we can go in and create an initializer which takes a snapshot as a query document snapshot. Here it is. And then basically what we're going to do is the data matches. If you look at what's happening here, our data is this. I'm going to copy this from here. All right, and I'm going to paste it here. Here it is, Control V. And basically we could go in and say if we could do like this. We could something like this. If let value is equal to if value equals to snapshot. There it is. We go here, and that's created at, right? Else we don't do anything. I'm just gonna say created at equal nil, right? Otherwise self dot created at equals to value as timestamp. All right, So here it is. We have these. Control C, Control V. So we are done with the created at, and then created by name. Same thing here. Then created by name equal to, and it's a string, right? Otherwise created by name equals to NA. I'm just gonna say not assigned, N/A, and we're good here. All right, we go here, and it's not timestamp created at. This is created by, is not convertible to a string. As let's do this. All right, so we're good here. Actually, you can do it also like this. You say as question mark timestamp. Let's see if this, and then this should work directly. All right, so we can do also that here, and similarly here. All right, so we're good. Okay, so now we're casting it and changing it inside. So this is created by name, and this is UID, also the same thing, right? So we have the user ID and a user ID. Here it is. And we can also do the same thing for document ID. For document ID, I'm not going to bother here. Usually it will come back. So, but anyhow, there it is. Document ID, user ID, value. Well, we didn't include it, so let's say var document ID. Saying question mark. So we have the document ID also. Okay, we're good. We have the document ID, the name of the person, and then the post. Right, let's do that. Copy this from here. Here's the post text. Here's the post text, and post text, and we're good to go. Okay, so we're good to go now. Now we have document ID. We have everything set up. Okay, so we go back here. We'll say let post equal to post and document. That's what we're going to send. Here it is. And then we should have posts. Here's the list of posts. We go in. When we are here, we just say post dot remove all, and then here we do post dot append or post, and then we're gonna tell the table view to reload. So basically, we go here. We say table view. Right, here we are. Self dot table view dot reload data, and we're good. All right, so we're good here. We set up the snapshot listener, and this means that when we run it for the first time, these need self. All right, so for scope, self. Let's run this again, and now what we're going to see is it will display. It should display the user here. Perfect. So we have all what we need, right? So, and we do have the trash can. We need to disable the trash can if the user is not the owner. We'll look at that. Let's add a post. Let's say testing 1 2 3, submit, and you can see testing. It should display this testing 1 2 3. It's not displaying the post text. I will do that right now. It seems that it's not displaying it, so let's go in, look at the post a little bit. So we have post text, post text, post texts. All right, so let's go here and see what is going on before we refresh. I will gonna debug, run it again. Here it is, and breakpoint, self, and these are the posts. This is the first post. There it is, and you can see that I'm able to get the post text, the name, everything seemed to be fine. I'm getting everything. Same thing here. I'm getting everything. We're good. So basically, there is something wrong in our in the text. In the delegate. Let's have a look. Okay, that label is not changing, so let's have a look again. So we have date and time at the top. We're displaying it at the top, so basically there is a mistake on how we're doing things here. So the post text is fine, but then this guy needs to be created at label. The label is incorrect. Is that Control C, Control V? Now if you run it, the label will be okay. Okay, so here is the post, the name of the person, and the date and time. Perfect. So this is already taken care of. Now in order to differentiate, so basically we could go in and say if auth dot current user, where is that, current user dot UID is equal to post dot current user UID. Okay, else here. So now if it's equal, we'll display the trash can. So we'll do cell dot image view image, is it delete? Did I call it the delete button? Alright, the delete button dot is hidden to true, to false. Right, there it is. Else the is hidden is true. Alright. Alright, cool. So now when we run this, and you see that the trash cans are both visible. This is Bob. Let's log in as Alice as a.com. Test 1 2 3. Click on submit. Alice doesn't see the trash can because she didn't create them, but let's create some. This is Alice 1. Submit. And you see here, this is the first message, and you see the trash can. Now when you click the trash can, this method is going to be displayed, and then you put your code in here when the user clicks OK, and then basically we want to delete. So basically in order to delete, and you receive the post. So basically that's really straightforward. What we need to do is just to delete. So basically we can use this here, okay, and this DB I can make it global. So basically here, so I can reuse it. Here's that, and copy that from here and go all the way down here, DB dot document, and the document is post dot document ID, right? So you see that's why I need document ID dot delete, and that's it. I don't need a completion handler because I will use the snapshot listener to reload the page. Alright, self dot db dot delete, and now notice that when I delete, it's going to refresh automatically because it triggers the snapshot listener. Let's go here it is, and I click on delete. I click on the delete button and it asks me, do you want to delete? Yes. Boom, it deleted and did the refresh automatically because of the snapshot listener that I set up here. It's not happy here because it needs us to do something here about error. We didn't use it. Alright, so I think we're done. So basically let's create another post. Here it is. Here's another post. You go in and create another post. Alright, click on delete. Here's that. Click on delete. Now, in addition to that, what if we delete the whole collection? Let's say here, posts, and we click on delete, and then you go back here. It's not crashing. It's good. Go here, type something, submit, and we're good to go. All right, so the app works. We're good to go. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.